कृष्ण तव पुण्य
कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई, कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई, कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई, पुण्य करिबे जाबे राधा रानी खुशी हबे ध्रुवती बोली राधा रानी खुशी हबे ए पुण्य करिबे जाबे राधा रानी खुशी हबे ध्रुवती बोली तो मता ध्रुवती बोली तो मता कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई, कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई। श्री सिद्धांत सरस्वती शची सुता प्रियाति कृष्ण से बाजार तुल्यना से महंत गुरु जगतेर माधेउरु कृष्ण भक्ति दे थाय था से महंत गुरु जगतेर माधेउरु कृष्ण भक्ति दे थाय था। कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई, कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई। तारा इच्छा बलवाना पाशाते ते थान थान हरि जाते गौरांगेर नाम तारा इच्छा बलवान पाशाते ते थान हरि जाते गौरांगेर नाम पृथ्वीत नगरादि समुद्र नद नदी सकले लोए कृष्ण नाम पृथ्वीत नगरादि समुद्र नद नदी सकले लोए कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई। ताहले आनंद है ताहले आनंद है तबे है दिग्विजय ताहले आनंद है तबे है दिग्विजय चैतन्येर कृपा अतिशय कृपा अतिशय माया दुष्ट जत दुखी जगत सबाए सुखी माया दुष्ट जत दुखी जगत सबाए सुखी वैष्णवीर इच्छा पूर्ण हो वैष्णवीर कृष्ण तव पुण्य हबे भाई। कृष्ण तव पुण्य হবে ভার সে কাজ যে করিবারে আজ্ঞা যদি দিল মোরে কাজ করিবারে আজ্ঞা যদি দিল মোরে যোগ্য নাহি অতি দিনহীন যোগ্য নাহি অতি দিনহীন নাহি অতি তাই সে তোমার কৃপা মাগিতেছি অনুরূপা সে তোমার কৃপা মাগিতেছি অনুরূপা আজ তুমি সবার প্রবীণ আজ তুমি সবার প্রবীণ আজ তুমি সবার প্রবীণ কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভার কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভার তোমার से शक्ति पेले गुरु सेवा वस्तु मिले तुम्हार से शक्ति पेले गुरु सेवा वस्तु में जीवन सार्थक यदि हो अनसार्थक जीवन सार्थक यदि हो সেই সে সেবা পাইলে তাহলে সুখী হলে সে সেবা পাইলে তাহলে তব সঙ্গ ভাগ্যতে মিলো तब संग भाग्यते मिलो कृष्ण तब पुण्य হবে ভার कृष्ण तब पुण्य হবে ভার তুমি বড় চির সাথী পাই তুমি মোর চির সাথী পাইয়া ভুলিয়া মায়ার লাঠি তুমি মোর চির সাথী ভুলিয়া মায়ার খাইয়াছি জন্ম জন্মান্তরে খাইয়াছি জন্ম জন্মান্তরে আয়াছি আজ পুনঃ সুযোগ যদি হয়ে যোগা যোগা আজ পুনঃ সুযোগ যদি হয়ে যোগা যোগা তবে পারি তুহে মিলিবারে তবে পারি তুহে মিলিবারে কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভার কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভার তোমার মিলনে ভাই আবার সে সুখ পায় গোচরণ ঘুরি দিন ভোর गोचारणे घुरी दिन भोर कट बने छुट्टा छुट्टी बने खाए लुटा पुटी अट बने छुट्टा छुट्टी बन खाए लुटा पुटी সেই দিন কবে হবে মোর সেই দিন কবে হবে মোর কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই आज से सुविधाने তোমার স্মরণ ভেলা তোমার স্মরণ বড় আশা ডাকিলাম তার আশা ডাকিলাম বড় আশা ডাকিলাম তার আমি তোমার নিত্য দাস তাই করিয়ে তো আমি তোমার তাই করিয়ে তো তুমি বিনা অন্য গতি না তুমি বিনা অন্য গতি না কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই পুণ্য করিবে যাবে রাধা রানী খুশি হবে রাধা রানী খুশি এই পুণ্য করিবে যাবে রাধা রানী খুশি হবে পুণ্য করিবে যাবে রাধা রানী খুশি ধ্রুবতী বলি তো মাতা ধ্রুবতী বলি তো ধ্রুবতী বলি তো মাতা ধ্রুবতী বলি কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই পুণ্য হবে কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपी
जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्रीमत् His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON Samsthapanacharya Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, निताय गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, text number 34. Varshapuga Sahasra Ante Varshapuga Sahasrante Tat Andam Udake Shayam Tadandam Udake Shayam Kala Karma Svabhava Sthitha Kala Karma Svabhavastho Kala Karma Svabhavasto Jivaha Ajivam Ajivayat Jivo Jivam Ajivayat Jivo Jivam Ajivayat Varshapuga Sahasrante Tadandam Udake Shayam Kala Karma Svabhavasto Jivo Jivam Ajivayat Varshapuga Sahasrante Tadandam Udake Shayam Kala Karma Svabhavasto Jivo Jivam Ajivayat Svabhavasto Varshapuga, many years, Sahasra Ante, of thousands of years, Tat, that, Andam, the universal globe, Udake, in the causal water, Shayam, being drowned, Kala, eternal time, Karma, action, Svabhavasthaha, according to the modes of nature, Jivaha, the Lord of the living beings, Ajivam, non-animated, Ajivaya, cause to be animated. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thus all the universes remained thousands of eons within the water, the causal ocean, and the Lord of living beings, entering in each of them, caused them to be fully animated. Translation with repetition. Thus all the universes remained thousands of eons within the water, the causal ocean, and the Lord of living beings, entering in each of them, caused them to be fully animated. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord is described here as the Jiva because He is the leader of all other Jivas, living entities. In the Vedas, He is described as the Nitya, the leader of all other Nityas. The Lord's relation with the living entities is like that of the Father and with the sons. The sons and the Father are qualitatively equal, but the Father is never the Son, nor is the Son ever the Father who begets. So as described above, the Lord as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu or Hiranyagarbha Supersoul enters into each and every universe and causes it to be animated by begetting the living entities within the womb of the material nature, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 14.3. After each annihilation of the material creation, all the living entities are merged within the body of the Lord, and after creation they are again impregnated within the material energy. In material existence, therefore, the material energy is seemingly the mother of the living entities, and the Lord is the Father. When, however, the animation takes place, the living entities revive their own natural activities under the spell of time and energy, and thus the varieties of living beings are manifested. The Lord, therefore, is ultimately the cause of all animation in the material world. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This chapter, where Lord Brahma is instructing to Narada, the chapter is called The Cause of All Causes. Very rarely, the conditioned soul inquires about the cause of all causes. The living entities inquire about the cause, but not the cause of its cause, and the ultimate cause. Like, say, for instance, if the lights go away, we will all look at Rajeshwar. What's wrong? He's supposed to find a solution. What is the cause? Why did the power go away? So we try to find out, he'll go find out what is the cause and try to fix it. So we have that nature to find the cause. That's why we meet somebody, one of the questions we ask, who is your father? Who is your mother? Where are you from? You see, these are natural queries. We like to know who, the origin, where you have come from. So there is a certain amount of quest, especially in human intellect. I don't think animals will do that. When they meet each other, they'll ask, who is your father? Where are you coming from? But definitely in the human intellect, there is that inquisitiveness to know who is your cause, or what is your cause. But our inquisitiveness ends there. Actually, the way the material world is arranged, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mattha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya Mayi sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. This material world is resting on me. There is no principle higher than me. Everything is resting on me, like pearls rest on a thread. In a necklace or in our beads which we wear, we see all the beads are there. But the beads are there because there is a thread that is holding it. Sometimes the thread snaps and everything falls off, and we try to get another one. So, the thread is holding the mala or a necklace, but the thread is not seen. It is a thread which is holding all the money. Manigana iva. Sutre manigana iva. Sutra means the thread. So in the same way, the Lord is actually holding the universe, but He is hidden. In the Bible also a similar statement is there. The Lord is hidden. Knock and the door shall be opened. You don't knock, door won't be open. Seek and you shall find. If you don't seek, you will not find. Because Lord is hidden. But why the Lord is hidden? Because that is the desire of the living entities. They don't want to see God. They want to be independent of God. That is the nature of the conditioned soul. We don't want to be reminded of God. So, Krishna has made this material world in the form of Maya Javanika Channam Agnadokshajam Abhyayam. So Krishna has put a curtain of Maya, the curtain of material nature. And the curtain of material nature works in such a way, there are causes and effects. And you try to find something, why something is happening in a certain way, you will find some cause. Not one cause, you will find many causes. That is why Krishna says, Panchaitani Mahabaho Karanani Nibodame Sankhye Kritante Prokthani Siddhaye Sarvakarmanam. If a farmer has good harvest and they ask, oh, you had good harvest, what is the cause? Good rain we got this year. I had changed the earth completely, I had got good earth. So they will find rain is the cause, good earth. I used good fertilizers this time. He'll give fertilizer as the cause. This time I did lot of hard work. That's why last year I didn't do that much work. So my hard work was the cause. You see? This is how we find causes and we feel satisfied. But actually the truth is, this cause of this effect, good harvest a farmer had, is the effect. What is the cause? Is it the rain? Is it his hard work? Was it the fertilizer? Was it the seed? These are various causes. But that cause itself is an effect of another cause. That is why this world is arranged as causes and effects. And the effect also has a cause. And that cause itself is an effect and has another cause. That is why Srila Prabhupada gave the example of, what's the example Prabhupada gave? Train, bogie. If you read the book, Life Comes From Life, Prabhupada mentions that. It's like a bogie. Our bogie is moving because there's another bogie in the front which is pulling it. That bogie is moving because there's one more bogie in the front which is pulling it. Like this, you will find many causes and its cause and its cause. And we know all the bogies are moving because of the engine. So our material world, our material nature, our level of inquisitiveness and level of understanding is to find a cause and maybe one more cause, level of cause, and stop there. So Krishna says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Our seeking for the cause and its cause and its cause and its cause and the ultimate cause is a function of the enlightenment of the soul. A soul which is more enlightened with lifetime after lifetime of cultivation of knowledge will want to know what is the cause of all causes. Actually, that was the question Narada Muni had asked his father in this chapter. My dear father, Lord Brahma, I see you perform such wonderful things in the matter of creation, and I'm seeing you to be the cause. But I see you worshipping someone. Whom are you worshipping? Who is enabling you to do this? Who is your cause that you seek out his blessings to make all this happen? You see the conversation? So that conversation is actually seeking cause and its cause, an ultimate cause. Is there a cause from which everything is emanating, and that cause has no other cause? That's the end of the search. By human intelligence, by human logic, you will never come to a conclusive answer of that. You need help of the Shastra. The Shastras say, yes, there is one final cause. If you see Gajendra Moksha prayers, Gajendra's prayers, that's one of the characteristics of Gajendra's prayers. If you see, he does not call out Vishnu, please come and save me. He doesn't call out to any particular Devata or Vishnu or Krishna. He just calls out that Adi Bijaya, Sarva Karanaya, Sarvadbhuta Karanaya, Nishkaranaya, that one who has no other cause. That's why Vyasadeva includes that Leela and those prayers in the Srimad Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavatam is a literature seeking the ultimate cause, which has no other cause. That is how Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Janmadyasya yatonvayad iteratas charteshva bhigna swarat. Swarat, independent, is not caused by anything else. So we must understand, this is what the Bhagavatam is presenting. This is what our philosophy is about, trying to understand who is the cause of all causes. And that cause of all causes is abhigna, fully cognizant. Not just some phenomena, material cause, some phenomenal cause, but is a person. Is abhigna. Abhigna means conscious. Anyone who has consciousness has a personality. All of us are unique personalities. Even if you have a brother, you will be different from your brother. That is the nature. As many unique people we have, that many unique personalities. Of course, the personalities that we exhibit now is a different personality. It is a result of the combination of karma that influences. That is being described here in today's verse. So, this living entity, we are all living entities, a spark of consciousness. Each one is a unique and distinct spark of consciousness, and it is the consciousness which gives awareness. This is what we are all. So this unique individual unit of spark of consciousness, which we are all. How did we all begin? Many lifetimes we say we have had. Okay, previous life I was in some other situation, and before that another situation, another before that. So finally, where did it all begin? That is being described in this verse. Varsha Puga Sahasrante Tadandam Udake Shayam. Our universe is like an anda. Anda means an egg. It's a sphere, it's circular, it's like a ball. Anda, like an egg. This anda was Shayam, was sleeping. Shayana is sleeping. Here it is in the sense of immersed. Udake Shayam, Udaka is water. Was sleeping in the water, was immersed in the water in that sense. Udake Tad Andam, that universe, Udake Shayam. For how long it was Udake Shayam? Varsha Puga Sahasrante. For a long time. And when the anda was Udake Shayam, for Sahasrante, Varsha Puga Sahasrante, at that time, all the living entities were residing in the body of Vishnu. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And all the living entities, once again, the Lord impregnated in the Prakriti. That is why Krishna brings up this topic, you see. Kshetra Kshetragnayor Jnanam. This is a fundamental understanding that we must have. There is a Kshetra and Kshetragna, knower of the body. There is a body which is a field of action, because all of us act through our body. We need this body. Body has senses. Body has active senses. Body has knowledge acquiring senses. Indriya, Jnana Indriya, Karma Indriya. And we act with these senses. So this body which possesses all these senses is an essential vehicle for us to act. We may desire, oh, let me go to Delhi. First the thought is a desire. It is at a psychological level. It is at a level of a desire in the mind. Next you plan, all right, let me arrange a car. Let me get ready. Let me get a car driver, or I will drive myself. Something you will plan out. And I will go. So initially it begins as a thought, and then it is executed through the body. Finally, when we go to Delhi, what is it that we go to Delhi? We take our body to Delhi. Then only we are said to have gone. So you see how much we act through the body. And who is this? The Kshetragna, who is desiring. He is conscious. He is aware. Kshetragna. So this is a very fundamental understanding. One who understands there is a Kshetra and a Kshetragna. That is how Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita also. One who understands there is a Kshetra and a Kshetragna, that knowledge of the Kshetra and Kshetragna, understanding the distinction between the Kshetra and the Kshetragna, is knowledge. Because normally we don't even make the distinction. I want to go to Delhi. I means me, my body. I just came back from Delhi yesterday. Means that body I came back. We don't even make that difference between me and the body. So, there is, first of all, we must understand there is a kshetrajna and there is a kshetra. Both have become fused now. And now Krishna is telling, Shastras are telling, Vedic literatures are telling that kshetrajna which is in the body is an eternal kshetrajna. Avinashitu tadvidhi ena sarvamidam tatam vinasham abhyayasyasya na kaschit kartum arhasi. It is avinashi. Whereas the kshetra is nashi. It gets destroyed. The body gets old. But the kshetrajna inside is never old. And to illustrate that, Krishna gives immediately an example. Dehinosminyata dehe kaumara yavana jara. Just like you had a childhood body. We grew out of it. That childhood body went away. Became Yavana body. Then became a middle-aged body. Then will become an old-age body. But kshetrajna is the same constant factor. Kshetrajna survived the transformations of the kshetra. Similarly, tatha dehantara praptihi. In the same way, at one point, when this kshetra is no more usable, tatha dehantara prapti, you will get another kshetra. So this is a very fundamental understanding in Vedic culture. But one is not interested in all these things when the consciousness is not very developed. At that stage, we are only interested how to get more and more pleasures for this body. Animals are also like that. Constantly they are looking for pleasures of the body. Pleasures of the body is in the form of ahara, nidra, bhayamaitunamscha. If you see a hen, constantly it's scratching the ground and picking. Something it is getting to eat. Day and night, when it is sleeping, it will sleep. Otherwise, it is constantly looking. Birds also flying. Dogs also. Anytime they get food, they're ever hungry, they'll eat. So even a man is like that. We are also like that, ever hungry, eating, sleeping. So this kind of a pursuit is at a very low level of consciousness development. Animals have that, even humans can have that one. And humans having that one, humans have additional intelligence. They can use that intelligence, they can amplify and make grandiose arrangements for ahara, nidra, bhayamaitunamscha. They can make grand arrangements for eating, sleeping, mating, defending. This is what is happening in Kali Yuga, modern day society. This is what Prabhupada said when somebody asked him, what do you think about American civilization? It's a deluxe edition of the animal civilization. See? Animals do it on 4 legs. You run on 4 wheels and do the same thing. It's a beautiful explanation by Srila Prabhupada. And we work very hard how to make it very beautiful. If someone is not beautiful in their eating, sleeping, mating, defending, we'll say he's a poor fellow. If his sleeping, eating, sleeping, mating arrangements are very gorgeous, yes, such a successful man he is, you see. He is so successful and he made so many people also successful. So these are the measures of success in an ignorant society. Very rarely we have heard this kind of things explained by an acharya. By a true acharya always have explained, by sadhus. They also encourage, you have to make it grand and grander. That is progress in life. So in other words, economic progress which results in fulfillment of kama. That is why you see dharma, artha, kama. Dharma, artha, kama movement is considered to be a very low level of development of consciousness. Something higher is to understand what is the cause of all causes. This is the beautiful inquiry. And so the living entity who are all in the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and when they are jivo ajivam ajivayat, this kshetra is ajiva. It is not animated by itself. It is animated because of the jiva. Jivaha ajivam ajivayat. The living entity animates the non-living kshetras. So here, Prabhupada has explained in the purport, the word jiva means the Lord. Actually, the word jiva means living entity. The Lord is a living entity, is the chief living entity, is the supreme living entity. In other words, that absolute truth is a person. That is why I remember that poem that Srila Prabhupada wrote, which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur liked it very much. The Vyasa Puja poem. Absolute is sentient, thou hast proved. Impersonal calamity, thou hast removed. Absolute is sentient. That paratattva, that supreme truth, absolute truth is sentient, has consciousness, has personality. This is a fundamental understanding that comes from the Bhagavatam. So, it is the Lord who is animating this universe. Ultimately, the Lord is the one who is animating it. We may see so many other causes, but if you trace the chain of causes or the innumerable causes, the first primeval cause is the Lord. He is the one who animated everything. Actually, when you understand that is the Lord is the ultimate cause, all others are intermediate causes. They are all intermediate and dispensable causes. The original cause is the indispensable cause. In the train example, if any bogie is not, you can dispense with the bogie. You just stop the train, disconnect, and then there is a way bogies can get disconnected, and then connect it back, and then it will start moving. You disconnect the engine, and then you expect it to move. It will never move. Bogies are dispensable. Engine is absolutely indispensable for movement. If you remove the engine, bogies will simply sit as engine, bogies. So, when we recognize that the ultimate Adi Purusha, he is the animator of everything, and all other intermediate animations which is led to the final animation, It may appear they are important, but actually they are inconsequential and dispensable. Another example Srila Prabhupada gives is the Shakespeare writing. Shakespeare wrote so many plays, wonderful plays. And he used a pen to write all of them, and he used a book to write all of them. He sat on a chair and the table and he wrote all of them. See how important the pen is, how important the book is, how important the chair is, how important the table. If these things were not there, how could he write? Somebody may be thinking. You have pen, chair, table, everything we will have in our house, in our office. There is no Shakespeare to write the wonderful plays that he wrote. If you have Shakespeare, if not this pen, another pen we can find. No big deal. If Shakespeare is not there, no play will come out. That is why when we recognize that Krishna is that original animator of everything, how important he is. Mat sarvasva padambojam radha madana mohana. He should be our sarvasva. He should be everything for us. And we have been neglecting him. We have been happy with finding intermediate causes, and we are absorbed and engaged in this world. Now Shastras are pointing out, please understand who is the original cause. The original cause of everything is Krishna, and he is the cause of at a very individual level, at our life level, at the community level, at the state level, at the country level, every level, he is the cause. That is why Janmadyasya yatonvayat itaratascharteshva bhignaswarat. Anvaya and itarataha. Directly and indirectly, in every way, he is the cause. You see, every bogie has a power to pull the next bogie. That power is coming from engine only. Bogie has no power of its own. Bogie is animated by the engine. The pen is animated by Shakespeare. Paper is filled with the works of Shakespeare. How important the original animator is. See? So, a devotee, a pure devotee who is in line with that Supreme Lord, who is in touch with that Supreme Lord, in complete harmony with the desires and wishes of the Supreme Lord, who is carrying out the Lord's mission in this world, he is a very special person. Such a person is called an acharya. See, Srila Prabhupada is such an acharya who is in complete sync with the original purpose of the Lord. He came to establish the purpose of the Lord. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just like Rupa Goswami. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Rupa Goswami established the Manobhishtam of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the same way, an acharya establishes the Manobhishtam of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. You see, there is one interesting story about Srila Prabhupada. Maybe you have heard this. There was one devotee one Russian devotee who narrated this story. This Russian devotee, young devotee, He had an uncle who was in the Russian army. And he says, there was once a time, there was a Cold War before 1989 or something. It's considered to be, there was a period of Cold War between Russia and America. Both were competing with each other. They were competing in space, they were competing in technology, they were competing in military. In my younger days, I have seen that. Many of you probably wouldn't have seen. So that was the kind of between America and Russia. And so, at one point, their Cold War was going to, both wanted to attack each other militarily. So, this uncle of this devotee, he was in a fairly good senior position in the Russian army, and he was involved in different missiles had been planned to drop in, aimed at different cities in America. Pentagon also had planned different ballistic missiles on different cities of USSR, it was called at that time. And the army is all ready. And they have different, you press this button, New York will get bombed. You press this button, Chicago will get bombed. And the Americans are also waiting. You press this button, Moscow will get bombed. Both are like that. And so at one point, this person who was in the Russian army, they got their battalion got an order that everyone should be ready. Next 24 hours, you're going to get the order and blast. So they were all made to wait, and they were told, you can't take a break. Any moment, you'll get an order. And they were all waiting. And they were also tensed up. We press the button, we will also get Russia also will get an attack. So everybody was tensed. These politicians will make a decision. So they were waiting. And they waited for some nearly 24 hours. They were waiting. And finally, the command came, don't press. And so they did not press. The world did not blow up. Two major superpowers didn't blow up each other. It didn't happen. So later on, this Russian army person, his nephew became a devotee of Hare Krishna, and he got a book of Srila Prabhupada's biography, and he gave it to his uncle. Uncle, please read this book about Prabhupada. And so he started reading, and he came across Prabhupada journeying Jaladuta, traveling for 38 days, coming to New York City. And he was following that biography carefully, and then he said, oh, and then he remembered that 24 hours they were waiting. That was the day Srila Prabhupada stepped on America. See, Lord had a plan. All the politicians were making plans. Ballistic missile, we'll press this one, that one. But Lord had decided, no, it's not happened. I'm sending my pure representative. He has to do something important. You see? So, who is the prime animator in the whole creation? And we must surrender to that prime animator. We must love him. We must surrender to him. We must serve him. We must do his work, not any other work. Mat karma kran mat paramo. Krishna's statement in the Bhagavad Gita. Understand that I am the Supreme. Do my work. Mat karma kran, mat paramo, mat bhaktaha, sangavarjitaha, nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu, yassamameti pandava. Such a person will come to me. So, this is the great message of the Bhagavatam that we get from Srila Prabhupada. Instead, in ignorance, lives are filled with relative causes. And when we are enlightened, we say that, oh, I must serve the ultimate cause. Sarva karana karanam, nishkaranaya, sarvadbhuta karanaya, mula karanaya, mula bijaya. These are the words Gajendra uses in his prayers to address Vishnu. That mula bija is Vishnu, no one else. So, this is the beautiful information we have. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This chapter you told cause of all causes, and consciousness, ultimately consciousness is the cause, supreme consciousness. So now in current scenario, if we see AI, artificial intelligence, Genie, Krutim and so Chat GPT. So small children who are coming up in midst of all these artificial intelligence and that robot, humanoid robots and all those. So that child may think that that is having consciousness. Artificial intelligence, like Google Lens or all these things. So child will be thinking that that is having consciousness. So consciousness itself is very difficult to understand what is consciousness. And from childhood, if that child is seeing that consciousness, so how to differentiate, to tell him that no, Chat GPT is something program and consciousness which we are talking in Srimad Bhagavatam, that is supreme consciousness, means it is nothing beyond.
I don't think it will be a problem because it's a matter of a little understanding and education. People understand that after all this is artificial intelligence, not natural intelligence. It's the natural intelligence which has made the artificial intelligence also. So they understand that it is nothing but very super fast processing of information that is bringing about all this. Of course, it may look magical, right? Sometimes you ask a question in Chat GPT and like a magic it is answering. Now we are, because it's new for us, we are fascinated by that. There was a time, I remember when I was very young, I don't think it was first time, maybe at least I became introduced to it. When the radio, small transistor it was called, small radio, portable radio, because radios were big before. Then a small portable radio came. And then it was fascinating, so much music is coming. When I was a small child, I used to remember, so many musicians are sitting inside and playing the instrument, somebody is singing, like childish. You see? So at that time, it was fascination. How is it working? Or calculator. Before calculator came, we were using something else. You see, that's some slide. Logarithmic book, tables. I don't think any of you have used. We used to use log tables. To multiply one big number, divide a number, multiply another, you have to do this log and anti-log and all those kind of things. Then we got calculator. Hey, come on, it's magical. You see how first time when an innovation, this thing comes, we get fascinated. But then afterwards we know this is all part of there is a process, there is a way to do it. One who is doing all these things, natural intelligence, and the source of all natural intelligence, the cause of all natural intelligence. So it's a little bit more explanation and training and education. We don't have to worry. Because all these things will have its limitations, and there is a way we'll be able to convey. There is no consciousness at the end of the day. There is no feeling, there is no feeler. We are the ones who feel. We not only process information, we feel that information. That consciousness is missing. So this is consciousness. We'll have to do a little bit more explanation. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.